Welcome to PetPix World. We are so excited to introduce you to fantastic pet parents, pet experts, and talented pet clothing designers from all around the world. We are also very grateful. Thanks to you, our podcast is in the 0.5% globally ranked podcast. Woohoo! Yeah! We also have a magazine, so go to Amazon, look for PetPix World magazine, and here we are. My name is Vasi. I'm your host, a very passionate pet photographer who likes to give some tips and tricks on how you can utilize your phone and create beautiful memories, level up your social media, and so much more. And of course, we are very passionate to help rescue organizations to share with you incredible events from all around the world. Pets are family everywhere. So let's have fun, listen to our podcast, enjoy it, and see you soon. Hello world, hello dear friends, hello to all of you. I hope each of you is doing well, and welcome to another wonderful episode of PetPix World. So I know that all of us, we are very passionate about helping rescue organizations, and a lot of times when I talk to my guests and I ask them, how did this start, how did you decide to open rescue? And typically the stories, I have a big heart. I always loved fur babies. And here I am a few years later, having this rescue organization and helping a lot of fur babies from all around the world, or maybe from your area. And this is where I'm very fortunate to say, that I'm excited about our special guest today, because she's a very special and incredible woman. She is fantastic. I was introduced to her with another friend of ours, and I was introduced to her with another friend of ours, and it's just really fascinating. So I really want to welcome wonderful Cecilia Nieves, which Nieves, it's like our friend Ada Nieves. So it was easy for me to remember. And the rescue organization is AnimalLuvr's Dream Rescue. So without further ado, I want to welcome you for being with us today on the show. So welcome, Cecilia. Hi, sweetie.
Thank you, Vassie. Thank you so much. That was a great introduction.
Well, I really mean it. And, friends, a lot of times before we start our lives, I really love to talk to our guests and really get to know them a little more. We also had the opportunity to highlight you in our previous magazine issue. As we know, the new one is coming up very soon. And just, I'm fascinated. But can you tell people a little more about you and how did you start your rescue organization, AnimalLuvr's rescue organization?
For sure. I've always, excuse me, like you said, you have to have your heart in it. So I've always been an animal lover. I've always wanted to be in the veterinary field since I was little, and I pursued that. I followed into it. And years ago, I was always involved with rescues and volunteering. And I realized that even with so many good rescues out there, there's still a big need. And one of the hard parts for me, I worked in emergency, is I would see these animals that either were strays with no owners, or, the police would bring them in the middle of night. No one's claiming them. They were hit by a car, or situations where the people would honestly say, I can't take care of this animal anymore, and they got hurt.
Wow. And I know
yet there was a lot of rescues that would wish to help. Yeah, there's a lot of rescues that wish that they could do more, but that medical point kind of was a little scary. And to me, in an odd way, it was a little exciting because I love the medical aspect. So I did my research, and in 2012, created the 501c3 to focus on critically ill and injured homeless pets in our, I try to stay within our area, but we've grown over the last decade. So that's good.
Yes, for sure. It's a very good. Can you tell people also, where do you live? Like what area?
Yeah, so we're based out of the Tampa Bay area. So mainly like Hillsborough County and Pasco County. Occasionally, if we have an open foster home and the resources to help them, we've helped from like other neighboring counties as well, but we try to stay closer to home. There's so many that need it right here.
Yes, of course. No, I absolutely agree with you. There are a lot of fur babies who need help. Oh, it really breaks my heart. I have to be very honest with you. I really, and that's why I want to thank you, because like it's dedication. People, they don't understand. You are completely volunteering your time. So you are there, being away from your family, the rest of the things you have, for babies, extra for babies, fostering in your home. So it's a lot of things. I'm always fascinated to bring awareness of what actually truly happens behind the scenes, all the hours we, dedicate on top of everything else. But it just really like makes you who you are, and really our purpose of helping so many fur babies. It's amazing. So like, nowadays, how many foster homes do you have approximately? I know it's very hard. I mean, that's a lot of
Yeah.
data.
Over the years, like I said, we've been blessed to have good community support, and we're up to about 50 to 60 foster homes now,
Wow.
which is amazing, because they're all, like I said, kind of, within the local area. And because our mission is medical, we also seem to, which is, again, I love it, we seem to attract foster parents that are, I'm gonna say at least half of them are in the field, whether they're veterinarians or nurses or assistants. They work at the shelters. So we've been blessed to have that community support, even from the veterinary field.
Wow, this is really special, Cecilia, what, like all of your dedication and everything, what, you have built with the rest of the, the people who help you. And so do you have an actual facility, or primary it's based on fostering homes?
No, last year I bought a little, last year I bought a little piece of property not too far from my house. So I would like to do community events there. I don't want to do a shelter, because I like the idea of the animals still being in foster homes. I think it's very important for them to have the foster and family feeling. It's hard for us to tell you if a dog's truly housebroken if they're not in a house.
Yes.
Or like, are they really good with cats if they never really interact with cats? Like, how would we know that? So I do want to keep it where they are foster home based. But like I said, last year I did buy a little piece of property, and we're working on it slowly between fundraising and trying to do like tree trimmings. And I'm going to put like a little sensory garden, hoping to do community events there and yard sales, things like that.
Amazing, amazing. This is really great. And I really want to encourage all of you friends, maybe if you have the opportunities to help, I also added the link where you can donate, or maybe if you are a business and you would like to donate one of your items, this of course can be a business expense, so it doesn't matter where do you live around the world. It's always a good opportunity. And that as PetPix World, we always try to help. So if you help, we'll make sure we will give you a highlight to our community, so you'll get additional, benefit. But it's just really fascinating. And you mentioned something about this awesome event. You hosted yesterday, which I was very excited, because there is similar event I'm going to highlight in the magazine coming up the next few days. But yeah, that was hear more about what you had, the bingo night, right?
Yeah, last we had our first bingo fundraiser night at a local brewing company and like restaurant called Bullfrog Creek in Valrico, which is like around Brandon area. And they were wonderful. I went to another bingo night for them a couple months ago for another organization, and they handled everything. They were very friendly, very welcoming. And so we reached out. They had a last minute cancellation. We set everything up, and it was a music bingo. So you get
Yay!
5 different, it was like a $20 donation, and you get to play 5 different bingo games, but 3 of them, they play music, and you have to know the title and pick yours. So it was a little more challenging, but it was fun, because it wasn't just letters and numbers. We got to like dance and be like, I know this song. And they had good snacks. The dogs were allowed to be in there.
Wow.
There was prizes. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And also you mentioned that you did really well.
Yeah.
Everyone was very generous, and you were able to fundraise a good amount of
Yes.
funds for the babies.
Yeah, we counted it up at the end of the night, and between the bingo cards that we sold, just donations, and we also did a 50-50, it was a total of $1,050, which is amazing. Yeah, like that is
Yay!
absolutely amazing. And we had fun. So it's like, that's such a great
Wow.
night.
Yeah, this is great. And we do have quite a bit of people, friends from Tampa area. So Tampa area friends, including some of my local photographers, because I do know a lot of photographers from Tampa. Friends, please make sure you share this podcast, because, you know, and make sure you follow Cecilia and Animals Lovers Dream Rescue Organization, because there will be more events coming up, but you can see I mean, and also for you who may are part of your local rescue organization, you're wondering how to be more creative and come up with new types of events. Here it's a great idea. And how did you come up with this idea about the music bingo? Because
so
this
the Bullfrog Creek, that was their idea. I just asked if we could do it with them, and they were the ones who had the bingo cards. So we just had to provide like we brought some animals. That's my daughter. That's my little
I
one.
know she's mini you.
And obviously, like, we networked it out. We had to provide the prizes. And if we wanted to do 50-50, the tickets for that, but they provided the bingo cards and the actual bingo. So it was really good. And again, I thank Bullfrog Creek as well, not only for allowing us to do that, but they're very family friendly and pet friendly. Because as you can see, there was actually a whole table of like teenagers.
Yes, I can see that. And here I actually want to make a point. It's that like you and I, we talked about that PetPix World believes in pets are family the same way like you and the people who, you know, help and volunteer in your rescue organization. And the fact that if you are a business like this place and they were open-minded to help you and support you, so what do you win being a open-minded business entrepreneur? Well, you first of all bring new people, bring new awareness, because now around the world, everyone will know about their place. Also, they brought local clients who probably never have been there before, you know, to kind of have one-time dinner. But once you are there and you're happy, of course, you'll go back. So the way I see it, it's win-win from every point of view. Everyone had fun. The place generated some income and visibility, marketing, and then also the rescue was able to benefit. And hopefully more people will consider. I'm sure there was at least one person who is already considering adopting one of the fur babies you had there. So how cool is this?
No, absolutely. And I agree. Like, it was a win-win, because there was no more seating available inside.
Wow. This is a miracle.
By the time we started bingo. So I know it, like you said, it definitely was a proud moment for us, but I know that would also help their business as well, because they're still like everybody. I mean, at least we did. It was myself, my spouse, and my 3 kids. We got food, we had drinks. So that alone, like, that was all their profit. And yet we still were able to fundraise, like I said, $1,000 to help the animals.
Amazing, amazing. And this is great. Like, and it was like a random night. It was Thursday night. It's not even Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is even better. Yeah, I love it. So to be honest with you, we do have a bunch of our friends. We get together, with our kids to play and etc. I'm thinking, well, from now on, to your friends, I mean, consider you might as well, anyway, you meet with your friends, pet parents, but might as well invite more and tell them, let's do 50-50, reach out to companies like me. I mean, I always will donate one of our courses. I'm sure there will be a couple of other people who would like to donate. Maybe the restaurant would be willing to give a gift card with $25 typically. I'm sure they would. Why not? And here it is, you are making a difference and having fun on top of it. But this is pretty genius.
Yeah. It was a great time.
Yeah. And I also want to bring a point that a lot of times people kind of want to, of course, to put a lot of time and effort, but then it becomes very stressful. So what do you think if sometimes we change our mindset and just try to take it more from what like just kind of make the look at from the fun side of it, and just really, it doesn't, the one thing I'm hoping that we can achieve is it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be like a gala event. You do this once or twice a year, whatever, as much as your rescue organization can, really, handle it and spread the time and invest the time. It's like me when I volunteer my local photography guild, but it can be something very casual. Take few pets with you if they are allowed. Go to the restaurant, ask them, explain to them benefit, maybe even have a list with the benefits, because now I'm working on you. Like I, by the way, have a whole list. If your rescue organization, what PetPix World can help you, provide you for free, just to support your rescue organization. I finally created this. But so you have a list with benefits and just go and give it to them, and that's it, buy 50-50 and just have 3 items, and period. It doesn't need to be fancy,
Right. No, yeah, I always even with my kids, I say one of my mottos is have high hopes, but not high expectations, like low expectations, because then you're not so stressed about it. And you still see the positive out of everything. And you mentioned it doesn't have to be huge and perfect. That's another thing that I tell her. I'm like, there's no such thing as perfect.
Beautiful.
We're going to try to make the best of it, because there's enough stress and badness out there to dwell on all that.
I absolutely agree with you.
And same thing, even within my foster and my volunteer community, I'm like, we see our mission is critically ill or injured. We see a lot of sad stories, but we're here to make it better. And because of that, no drama. I don't need to yes, maybe the owner sucked. That's fine, but let's move on. How are we going to help them from here on? Let's move on from that.
Yeah.
Life is too short to keep thinking about all the badness.
Are you passionate pet business owner who wants to grow your business? It's easy peasy, friend. Go to our website, petpixworld.com. Check out our marketing and advertising opportunities, and you're going to discover more about our first hybrid pet magazine, which is actually in Amazon and other major magazine platforms. And it has video opportunities. Our podcast is in the 0.5% globally ranked podcast. Imagine people being able to reach out to you and your brand from all around the world. We have amazing social media. We do a lot of lives and broadcasts. We can showcase to the world your incredible new product and so much more. At the end of the day, let's help our pet community to get to know you and your products. So enjoy the rest of the podcast. Oh no, you absolutely said it. And as you and I, we spoke about it, I just photographed puppies, friends. So a few days ago, I photographed 6 puppies, and one of the person took the puppy and returned it on the next day. So you, as being in this field, and again, it doesn't matter if it's from a rescue organization, or maybe you got it from a breeder. This right now, it's not important. What is important, it's when you take a fur baby, do you have to give up right away? Or what would you suggest?
It's a lifelong commitment. So I tell people, before you even bring the animal home, do your research. Like you said, whether it's a purebred one from the breeder, do your research on the breeder. Breeders, if their heart is really in it, into their breed, into their, the puppies that they create, they're going to want to make sure that you're a right fit for their puppies as well. And then do your research on the breed. There's a lot of stereotypes on all of them. I don't think that it's always stereotypical, but some dogs are more high energy than others. Some dogs need a job. Just give them a job. That could be running laps in the backyard. That's fine. But if you don't, they're going to find something else to do that could be considered naughty for us and normal for them. But yeah, definitely not giving up that soon. Or was it impulsive in the beginning? Did you not really know what you were getting into? So do your research first, and then give them time to decompress. As a parent of 3 human children as well, it wasn't easy in the beginning either. but I couldn't like go back to the hospital and be like, it cries too much. And I don't want to change the diapers anymore.
I remember those days when, you know, my
You make
daughter,
it work.
yeah,
It's definitely a lifelong.
yeah. No, I love it, you know, and you're right. Just give time to this fur baby. I mean, suddenly, of course, it can be a young puppy, it can be a little older. Just this baby still, it's a new environment. So and again, friends, I know that all of our followers and people who are currently either watching live, and by the way, hi to everyone who is watching live or listening this as a podcast. I know, friends, from the bottom of my heart that you are very dedicated and fantastic pet parents. And I know this deeply and I see it on a daily basis. It brings so much joy to me. But also there are people who might never had a pet because and they are considering. So to me, more this part of our conversation, it's scattered to the people who never have a pet, never had a pet before in their lives, and they don't really know. I mean, how many hours typically work a day? You know, how many hours, you know, your baby will be at home? Do you need to have a pet sitter?
Right.
If you travel a lot because of your job domains to travel a lot, you know, what's your plan B? Are you going to travel with your pet? Are you going to have a family member? Or are you going to bring it to a doggy hotel? So all of those little things, you know, may say, but they're not relevant, Vasi. But I feel that you need to really kind of look at from this perspective, even such a thing like if these fur babies, are you going to, like, as we know, some breeds have certain I would say in a nice way. And again, you are the medical person. I mean, what I do, I know I'm just a photographer, but you know, certain breeds are known with some physical things which can happen, you know, genetically coded into them. So of course we may get lucky, but in the long term, would you be able to support the poor baby? Do you need the pet insurance? Because you may go to the vet and pay 600 or 1,000, you know, dollars or whatever currency, depending on the country you live in. So there's simple things, and you're going to say, Babasi, why do I even need to think of this? I just want a new family member, but we need to really look at from all of this, the different angles. And I would say this, of course, I love all the fur babies I photograph, but I know that with our family current lifestyle, we cannot afford to have a second fur baby. We just can't, you know. So that's up to you. And maybe, do you also think that, because I know that you have doggies and kitty cats, sometimes you have bunnies, do you also think that sometimes maybe kitty cats might be a little better type of family member for some people, if then, you know, let's say cannot go for walks too long and etc.?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, and that's part of what we do. So obviously we're helping the animals, but when people reach out to us that they want to adopt, one of the first questions I ask them is, you know, like, what is the ideal, you know, new fur member in your family? And what kind of, like, and I'll ask them like specific questions, like, are you active? Like, do you want a dog that is going to go on jogs with you? Or would you like one that just wants to cuddle on the couch and watch Netflix? Because they have all different personalities. As well with ours that might have had a previous medical issue. So for example, I have a Dalmatian in foster care right now. Dalmatians are high energy. They're hyper. I have one. They're a little crazy. I love them too, but he's young and active, but he had a really bad fractured leg. So he needs an active life, but not one that's planning to make him do agility or dock diving, because he shouldn't do that with his previous injury. So it's just trying to find like what's going to be the right fit for them. And yeah, no, sometimes cats can be easier, but everybody wants the kitten. And I also try to explain to people, a baby of any species requires more attention. They're going to get into trouble. They're going to have a phase where they want to destroy things. And if you think cats are easier, having a single kitten can be a terror to your
I can imagine that one.
because they want you to give them all the attention. Yeah, so I usually tell people either get 2 kittens that can be buddies with each other, Or I don't know. Usually that's the best advice is either have a cat that needs a buddy or just get 2 babies because they're gonna destroy your house.
Oh my God. I just have to make a quick comment on this. So, when we had our kitty, unfortunately, she's not with us anymore. But when we had her, she really liked to scratch her paws on our stairs, which were with carpet. Well, one day, of course, like I have my home studio. I was looking at the stairs and I realized, oh my God, Vasi, downstairs are very damaged. So we had to change the whole entire stairs, to completely different service. Believe me, the 4 in our home, and actually the people who helped us, they were they made a joke. They said, so Vasi, you fixed your stairs, stairs surface for your cat. And now you're picking the one in your living room for your dog. I'm like, we just like, you just know. And talking about, that our fur babies can change the behavior. We were babysitting my sister doggy. Do you know what she did? She is a senior doggy. She chewed my purse, she chewed my purse. I'm like, just because I wasn't in the house. I'm like, why? I haven't done anything wrong. I'm the best babysitter. You're my best assistant. She actually was in the studio while I was meeting with clients, which I never, ever have any pet, like any fur baby. My boy never comes in the studio when I have clients, but Gigi, she's a really good girl. But I'm like, what is happening? So friends can happen with a dog and a cat. Just be prepared. But that's one of the things when you adopt for a baby. It doesn't matter, dog, cat, bird, or maybe bunny or guinea pig or whatever, horse, you name it. It can happen. So calculate it. Maybe they're 10% chance. So can you leave me that before you go and sign up the paperwork of adopting for a baby? But thank you so much. All of those are really good tips and recommendations to people. But my big question is how people can help, how the community can help.
How the community can help is a great question. And even one of our biggest focus within the organization this year is how can we reach out to the community, not just to help them, but I think education is a big thing. Like you said, some people haven't had fur babies before and they have the best intentions. And sometimes they have, but they've never been through that experience with.
Check out our PetPix World magazine. It's really a lot of fun. It's the first hybrid magazine. What is hybrid? It has videos. It has some of the lives of some of the interviews I do with people and pet parents from all around the world. It's a lot of fun. Find our magazine in Amazon when you look under PetPix World, or go to our website petpixworld.com and check it out. At the end of the day, it's a lot of fun. So enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Whatever they're going through at the moment. And it's tough times right now for a lot of people. So it's how can we help the community, but how can we help the community continue to help the community? Yes. So as mentioned, I'm trying to plan out a community outreach event in September, just to talk about responsible pet ownership, spay, neuter, rabies vaccines, microchips. I think in a lot of situations that I've learned over the years, and even sometimes with some of my own friends and family, if they would have known, they would have done things differently. Mm-hmm. And so again, I think it's a lot of that education. So how can people help out? We on our website there, if they're looking to adopt, it takes you over to, both our dogs or cats or others. If they're wanting to more about fostering, they can reach out to us about that as well. And we will be honest and upfront. I usually tell people, let me know what you can and want to foster, and we'll work from there. It's not because I don't have a facility. It's not even like you fill out to foster and I immediately go, here, take this one. No, I want to know what's going to work out in your house, because I want to set you up for success and set up our foster for success. And so a lot of our fosters have been around for years, and because we become like a family. The hardest part of fostering in the beginning is giving them up. It is the hardest part. And then after you continue to do it, you start to realize that that's actually the best part. We find them a good home. You feel good about it. And now you're like, who's next? Who can I save next?
Yeah.
And then as far as donors, one-time donations, monthly donations, we'll take it however we can get it, because and I'll tell people all the time, if you want to see our invoices, we average about $1,000 to $2,000 of veterinary bills for each animal.
Wow.
Because they all come to us sick or injured. Orthopedic surgery are in the thousands, and a lot of ours come in with broken legs or, something fractured. Neurology appointments, MRIs start at $3,000, and that's just to get a diagnostic, not even to totally fix it yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've been blessed that we've been able to be around this long, and it has all been due to the support of the community, due to donations and sponsors, for sure.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. And I also want to tell, by the way, I thought that that's very amazing. And again, forgive me, but I never have seen that if people like, they can practically subscribe to donate every month $25. I think that's really amazing. And I also want to—
It makes it easier. So pretty much PayPal has them like, oh, sorry.
No, that's really incredible. That was how it works, please. Yes.
Yeah. So PayPal kind of like signs them up and then automatically does that. They can cancel at any time. And they get a receipt through PayPal, and we get a notification as well. So yeah, it like you said, even like $25. That's, I think, the one that most commonly people pick, and it adds up.
Of course.
Yeah, so it helps.
It's amazing. And then you also have
absolutely helps.
Yeah, of course. Then we have the opportunity here, people to donate whatever, even $10. Some people may say, look at this, friends, even $5. And again, this is your choice. You may say, okay, it's sometimes helping. It's actually even just sharing. If you don't have the opportunity, even this is a huge help. And again, I do this, just want to clarify, friends. I do this, and PetPix stands for it, from the bottom of our hearts, to help. We never get any money. We never get anything. This is our way to help the rescue organization. So I would just want to be very clear on this. I just feel very passionate to help babies. And always, it seems, so I was even just a photographer many years ago. I mean, I was supporting 40 rescue organizations, which for a regular photographer, it's a lot. Now we support over hundreds. Hopefully with your help, you'll be thousands. But that's the point of it. And what I'm excited is that, as I mentioned to you, that now PetPix World has a community, which now we will rename it as PetPix World Club, where we'll have a special section for adoptions. So people, which actually I was inspired from today. So people can go and see some of the legitimate rescue organizations, because there are some rescue organizations, unfortunately, might not meet all the criteria, because you said that your rescue organization, has all the paperwork and etc. And you run it by the books, which is very important.
And different rescues will have, different organizations have different missions as well. So I always tell people, like, especially if they're looking for a specific breed, there are breed specific rescues. Like, reach out to them first. That's what they focus on. And like ours, we're not breed specific or size specific. We have dogs and cats and everything. Ours is medically needy. So again, they do have a story, but yeah, I tell people, just do your research, even on us. I'm like, go ahead, do your research. Ask me any questions that you have. Ask our volunteers. We do events on the weekends to just get out there. And yeah, I know in the end, I'm like, it makes a difference. And I'll tell our fosters that every day, especially when we're getting kind of tight, whether it's on fosters or funding. I'm like, it's quality over quantity. And as much as I would love to save all of them, which is a dream for all of us, if we can't just take everybody in, because then we realistically cannot take care of them appropriately.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
And that's the part that sucks, but it's the truth. And then if we can get more support, if we can get more fosters and more sponsors, then we can help more, but not overwhelming ourselves or doing a disservice to the animal as well.
Yeah. No, I love this about you. and about, the rescue organization. It's really very special. And I cannot thank you enough for being with us today, just opening our eyes and giving us hope, and showing us these creative ways. To me, this is honestly revolutionary. I'm all about finding new ways of being able to help, and the fact that, people like you had this bingo event, and, again, easy, don't stress out, just have fun, and just, try to kind of do it, unite the community, also being able to donate on a monthly basis, small sum like $25, or maybe just donate $5, or just share, or being a foster. Also, a couple of very quick things before we are done for today. Friends, if your child wants a fur baby, maybe consider first fostering a fur baby to see if your lifestyle and your child really, that would be a good fit. And also, I never will forget this little girl a few years ago. She had a birthday, and she asked, instead of gifts, people to donate to a rescue organization. I know a lot of people were doing it through social media, but just to remind you that sometimes this is also a wonderful way, to celebrate your birthday if you feel that you don't need anything. Or maybe just tell people, listen, send me a bag of dog food, or maybe talk to the neighbor. They may have a extra blanket, and just, when we really put our mind to it, everyone will be amazed how resourceful we are, because definitely we are. So do you agree with me?
Absolutely. And again, as a parent, that's one of the things that I also like try to instill in my kids is like, yeah, obviously we all like presents and stuff, but what do you really need? Or let's do something that it still makes you feel better. So, and I know we had personally like talked a little bit about a trip that I just went to, but aside from the rescue, I also have done a couple trips where I go out of the country and help other organizations with like the overpopulation of street dogs, or like third world countries that just, they don't have those resources. We went not so long to a city that didn't even have a vet in their entire city. Like they would if they could, but they can't. So we would bring in these services and try to help them. And actually me as like our family, we're planning a trip in November to go to Nicaragua to help an organization there. And I'm taking my kids with me.
Amazing.
So I've gone before and I know them, they've been great, but now my kids get to participate and just see different parts of the world and how they can help even like the other children, and how it's just eye-opening.
It is. Well, please make sure we highlight it as PetPix, because I would love to live stream, or you take pictures and videos, so we can bring our friends, we can virtually travel with you. And I feel that one of my personal dreams is that I would love to have a kind of a mastermind, like a community with rescue people who can kind of give tips and tricks. If you friends would like to open a rescue organization, and you might questioning from where to start, instead of going and reading tons of books, and you just can reach out to this community and ask them. So I'm hoping that with your help and other people, and that's why I'm even saying it, because when you said you make it a reality.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I just want to tell you people, that's why we had to change our name from Academy to World, because all of these passions, I have, Mary Ellen have, Cecilia, you have, the rest of our friends have, because at the end of the day, pets are family. And together we can really help not only people from our city, from our, state, our country, from our continent, but we can help people from all around the world, because just sharing knowledge, or connecting people, or just pressing share can really make a difference. So thank you so much, Cecilia, for the bottom of my heart to coming, with us today and being our guest to our show. And can you tell people where they can find you?
So our website in itself will kind of link you to different things, and that's AnimalLuvr's. It's spelled funny, AnimalLuvrs.org. But then we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. I'm trying to get with the times, and I just recently, my oldest daughter helped me make a YouTube page for us. So I think we have like 2 videos. So we're just starting there. And then I just made a TikTok page for the rescue. So I'm still learning that. That's an interesting platform too.
It is.
Yeah. But we're trying. We're trying to reach out as best as we can. And like I said, if anyone's local in the Tampa Bay area, we try to do community events pretty much every weekend. We just try to get involved.
Amazing. Please, friends, tag our Tampa friends. If you have a Tampa friend, please tag them. I definitely will make sure I'm going to tag some of the people I know and have the honor to see them, call them my friends. And I cannot thank you enough for everything what you do for our community. And really, friends, I just hope that our episode today open your eyes in a way that we knew, but I personally didn't really think about music bingo. So if there is one takeaway, it's the music bingo. And if there is another takeaway, and this is just for Vasi, not even for PetPix. It's like, just simplifies. I love to simplify everything. So if you want to do a fundraising event, you don't need, of course, you can do the fancy things and etc. But sometimes it doesn't need to be. It can be just a random get together with couple of awards, 50-50 raffles, bring benefits to the business. And then the fact that you have a monthly subscription option, for people to donate $25. Here it is, just, that you did that, like you helped this month, check, help, give back, check. So thank you so much. Have an amazing and wonderful day. And I'm very excited, looking forward to seeing you again in our community. So stay tuned, friends. You can again go check in our magazine. We do have our May issue. We do have information. You can read the article. We already added all the links. So if you're listening this as a podcast, you can find all of the links below. So thank you very much. Have an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this podcast episode. I really truly hope you enjoyed it. You learned some new tips and tricks. You feel inspired. Please go below in the description. Follow our amazing speaker. Go and say hi. Also, check out our website, petpixworld.com, and you're going to discover we have great free classes. We also have our new community. Woohoo! We have finally, all of us as passionate pet parents or businesses, we can connect in one place. We also have a lot of resources specifically only for our website tribe. Yay! Please show us your support, leave us a review. You can find our podcast in all of the major podcast platforms from all around the world. And don't forget, we have a fantastic, very unique magazine, so you can find our magazine in Amazon when you search for PetPix World magazine on our website and other magazine platforms. So lastly, don't forget, we are here if you'd like to be highlighted, if you know for any fundraising events you would like for us to share with you, just let us know. So thank you, continue, enjoy, and see you next time in our next podcast episode. This is Vasi, your host and passionate pet mom, exactly like you. So see you soon.